Okay, so here's the file 0pb6im 0p6bimg. It's on the root of my external SD card, so I'm gonna take that out of my computer. Set down the camera really quick for a second. Put it into the slot of the phone. Let me get it in there. The SD card slot. Stick it in the phone. Okay. Now that it's in the phone, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to fast boot. I'm going to do hboot. It's going to check for the file. It's going to find the file. It's going to start installing the file. Now here's where things get a little weird, because it tries to install the file. It checks the signature, and I try to install the update. So I click yes to installing the update. It updates everything just the way it properly should, and I would assume it would do those things properly. Wait for it to update. This one takes a little while. And if I go over to the computer while it's updating, if I go over to the computer, here's the actual file, Android info, and you can see that this is the same number, 621.6053, as my OS 621.6053. So you would assume that they would match up properly. Okay, so so that's done. That's done. A lot of it bypasses. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Okay, now here's where it gets into a problem. So yeah, here's where it starts to, I think, flash it. It's going to flash the actual update onto the system. And that's where I get issues both on the computer and on the device. I've tried running it through the installer because there are executable versions of firmware files that HTC has provided officially, and those don't work. So I ended up pulling the I pulled the S-on version of it off of the computer from where it came from. So when I extract it using this automatic extractor for Android 6.0, it's the update package. I extracted it and it came into this folder, Android 6.0, COM, and then down here is the ROM. So I just extracted it and put it on the phone. So here we go, it's almost done installing, and then it should come up with the error. Okay, flashing zip file, this is where it has the issue. It'll display in red text the error, well it should. That's the issue I've run into. So it gets this far and it recognizes that it can flash it properly. So here we go. And then there we go. Device halted due to large image update fail. Now, my understanding of that is basically meaning the way the system is partitioned isn't the same as the way it's supposed to be. But I can't really change that. I've installed the proper firmware. As you can see for Android 6.0, the OS firmware is perfect, and it's still giving me this large image fail. So it just gives me the power to reboot, and then it'll reboot me into the white HTC screen, which I think I was telling you about. It's a common issue, and basically all I know it to be is the operating system is missing. But all this did now is rebooted me back, and it's going to try and install it again. And it also says image update failed right up here. So flashing zip file, it might try again, and it'll just ask me if I want to start the update again. And at that point, it'll probably just go in a loop. So that's basically what's going on.